this past Monday, another afternoon Raw, which I absolutely love.
Me too.
They were doing it in Dublin,
Uh,
Ireland. I know
uh,
Brian Bud's like, oh, well,
yeah.
at least you can go home and just put it on the DVR or something and be like, all right, well, fast forward through everything.
I'm a busy guy. When you have nothing to do like you guys, I reckon, I guess it's wonderful. You get to eat your breakfast in the morning, start thinking about what you may see, then you have your little lunch around 1, and then guess what? Get to sit down and watch Raw. But don't life's not like that for me, Jimmy. Sorry, RJ. Sorry. Doesn't matter if it
Well,
came on at
hey,
You'll
1,
get
10 o'clock.
you'll get
What?
there,
hey,
kid. You'll get there, kid.
Thanks, Jimmy.
anytime you want to switch with me and get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, that I'll gladly.
All right, watch
Hey,
Raw
I
too.
get up at 3 o'clock every night, every morning, but that's for a
Yes.
different reason. I have to go and then head back to bed. But
Yes.
yeah,
Well, at least you get up though.
well,
You have to.
I have to, or else I got to sleep in it. But anyways,
Yeah.
Anyways, so we saw. I just wanted a couple of things here from Raw, Jimmy. We saw the turn officially of Natalya into, I would presume, to be Natty on Maxine Dupree.
well, at least I hope so. And obviously the signs are there, and I am 100% on board for this. We all know Natalia is very talented in the ring, outside the ring. She's running the Dungeon 2.0 with her husband TJ Wilson, and they're doing phenomenal work working with some young talents and even some veteran talents or people on the roster are going there and getting a little bit of extra
Extra,
training. Let's put it that way.
extra work, if you will.
Extra work in. And we did see those little vignettes of her training Maxine and Maxine making Natty tap, which I found very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to play into this story, definitely. And I think hopefully, I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, it does.
I want to hope. Let's put it that way. I
It makes sense to me.
English is a second language for me. Thank you very much.
If it makes sense to me, Jimmy, you're
I'm,
fucked.
yeah, I hope that we see the Natty that we saw in NWA when she ventured there to have her match there, and the one we saw in Bloodsport,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
because that Natty is something that nobody is doing on any main roster right now.
Well, now you done made everybody do it.
Hmm? Yeah. See,
No,
here's
I
the
agree.
thing, really quickly. Here's the thing. That's going to be like an old school. You're going to beat your ass. No pretty flips. No, should I say it?
Do it, please.
Twisting, burning 450 hammer Phoenix splashes that mean absolutely jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just pure get in there and whoop an ass whooping.
I agree. I agree.
That's the old school is new again. You know what I mean?
I do. And I think that this is really, we kind of talked a little bit before we hit the record button, but I mean, what was it? Natalia is what you referred when you were talking to me, Jimmy. Was kind of subdued, kind of, just around kind of talent. This Natty thing is going to be something and really good. And I think it takes her onto another whole level. And it's like you said, if she goes to that NWA phase where she was, holy shit, it's going to be something new, different. And I think it's going to wake a lot of people up and make some eyes open and be like, damn, this daddy chick's badass, brother. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Good move by WWE.
Hmm. Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
for sure. I thought it was great. I thought it was great, and I actually it's one of those things where I wasn't expecting it. So, um, you're it's one of those things where I was like seeing her there or whatever, and some people say I saw it coming. No, I did not, and I liked it. I loved it a lot. So it's perfect.
I didn't see
You
it
know,
coming, Daniel.
yeah.
I'm with you.
But it's the way they did it too, though. So
Did you see it, Jimmy?
Yes, I did. And my I was I'm not saying I saw it coming, but something made me go, is when they had the backstage interaction before the match. And when Maxine walked away from Natty, Nattie's expression was not her smiling. She wasn't even angry. It was this deadpan look that she had on her face. There was no expression, zero expression on her face.
Hmm.
And that just made me
Mhm.
go, hmm. It didn't make me think, all right, we're going to see it happen. It just made me go, wait,
Yeah.
that's different. That's all. That
I,
little subtle thing.
I didn't pay that much attention, really, honestly.
Hmm.
I pay attention to the little things. Little
Got you.
things matter, bro.
They
Well,
do.
the only thing about me is that I was watching. I forgot that Raw was on early, even earlier here where I'm at, and I was kind of keeping up through social media a little bit and kind of watched. So the when the angle happened, I saw it before. Like I saw, knew she was going to be out there, all this stuff. But when the angle happened, I didn't watch the full until later. So I don't know if I would have caught onto that cue or not. I don't think I would have, but who knows, you know? But I didn't see it coming, even with her being out there. I just thought it was a
Mm.
cool. I figured it was going to be something with Becky, and that was Becky's next person, you know. In my mind, that's how I took it.
Uh,
Good on
Go
Jimmy.
ahead, Brian. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just good on Jimmy to read into that. I didn't. I didn't read into it.
It wasn't a
Yeah.
giveaway. That's what I'm trying to say. Is it wasn't
Yeah.
a giveaway. It was just a different little look that made people go, hmm. And like Daniel said, during the match, she didn't give it away. She didn't give
Yeah.
any
Right.
sign that she was going to do it.
No doubt. Uh, something. The main event. Or excuse me. I guess this wasn't the main event. I apologize. That was the match. But um, we saw another segment with Gunther and AJ from Raw, and to gather that they are going to be facing each other at the Royal Rumble in Saudi in a retirement match. AJ has put his career on the line against Gunther in Saudi Arabia at Riyadh there. Um, Brian, man, is this a chance for AJ to possibly go over on Gunther, or is this going to be, is this going to be it for AJ? Because obviously, he said previously that this year was going to be his last year.
Can't be it for AJ.
Yeah.
It can't be. I mean, it can't. Um, Obviously, I knew that he said last year, 2025, that 2026 would be his last year, but not now. We're in January, for Christ's sake. Um, it's interesting the way it's set up because it looks like it could be. But I don't, there's just no way that this is his last match unless, and I don't buy into this, I'm being funny actually. He came back under a hood or something, or did the Hogan gimmick where he wasn't AJ anymore for the rest of the year. Something like that. But AJ's personality does not, that's just not going to happen. He's not going to lose to Gunther. I'm not saying he's going to win either. There's going to be some schmoz or something. Also sets up another match with him and Gunther. So if you're asking me if this is it for AJ right here, no, no. Now he did debut at Royal Rumble when he first came into WWE, but still could kind of make sense where he leaves at the Rumble. But I just
Nah,
I don't see it.
I don't see it. I mean, now granted, he could lose the match and then turn it into something where, like I don't know, it's wrestling. He can lose the match, his career's over, and like you said, come back on the hood or whatever, and still come back, like work for the company behind the scenes and drive Gunther crazy that he decides I want to take him out again, and then or I don't know. There's so many different angles you could do with this, but
That's what I mean, though, Daniel. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
It's January. It's
yeah,
January.
yeah. It would be shock people, but here's the thing: people, if you want to shock people, people think he's going to win and not going to lose because he's not going to retire yet, and then he does, and then But I actually do like Al Snow's done this gimmick. He's wrote it a few times to different people where somebody puts a career on the line, they end up having to retire, and they get hired as a a janitor or something, and then they drive the person crazy that they decide to have another match, and all right, he can wrestle, and if he beats me or whatever, he's his career's back on or whatever it may be, and then of course he wins. So there's that. They could do that same angle, which is case that's an angle they just, I guess I would say, they stole from OVW, um but again,
Well,
you could do the hood, under the hood gimmick. I mean, I think there's a rumor that somebody is doing that at TNA right now, but I don't I don't know. So
Jimmy, your smoke is rolling out. I
I
can
I
see
don't
it.
believe but I don't believe the person under the hood is who they say it is, because I mean that's weird because this person everywhere where we go, we're in their hometown, so I don't understand.
He's from
Hometown
everywhere.
man.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Everybody loves a hometown man.
I have a little. I don't know. I may have a little issue with it. It's only because I think this is too soon to have the match with this stipulation.
I agree. 100.
I think you run the risk of getting the steam off of Gunther if he loses. I mean, of course, it all depends on how.
Yeah, I don't think he'll lose
I
straight out.
mean, I mean, Gunther outsmarted AJ in their match by, and everybody says he tapped out. And to me, he didn't really tap out as much as he
Tricked him.
yeah, he manipulated him. He fooled AJ into releasing the hold by hiding it from the referee and stuff like that. So can we see something similar going the other way? Maybe that would work, where where AJ's the one who manipulates, because it's kind of like when you have a nut shot in a match, when the heel gives a nut shot behind the referee's back, and if the opportunity presents itself later, he gets a receipt from the babyface with a similar nut shot when the referee's back is turned, and it's okay because it's like tit for tat.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sort of thing. Now, can you do that, and then maybe Gunther enters the Royal Rumble, wins the Rumble, goes on to WrestleMania, wins the title, and then him and AJ fight for the title down the line? It'll be title versus career, maybe at a SummerSlam or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, there's different things you do there, but I like the first of all, I want to say this. Shout out to AJ Styles for not only flying across the world to come to TNA's on
Mm-hmm.
AMC's debut, and then flying himself, and then going back over there to do, his duties there. So I just want to throw that out there. Um, but yeah, it is. There's so many things you can do, and I do agree with you. It wasn't a he tapped out. It was a I tricked the system, or I tricked the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
I outsmarted him or whatever. But like technically, you could also say he did tap out. He didn't really beat AJ, right? So,
In the fans' eyes, so
um,
they can start
yeah.
chanting, "You tapped out," which
Which
works
he's tapped out
perfectly.
before. He's tapped out
Right.
before to Jey Uso and other, and granted, he says he's the man who tapped out John Cena, which is great heat because he did. So only one that's done it in 20 something years. So
Mm.